New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. A breaking national headline today at noon. Fiat Chrysler issued a do not drive warning today for roughly 276,000 model year 2005 to 2010 Dodge Magnums, Chargers, and Challengers, plus 2005 to 2010 Chrysler 300s. This warning coming after two people died in separate crashes involving 2010 Dodge Chargers, where the Takata driver's side airbags exploded. Owners can get a free repair at their dealership if this impacts them. We have much more information up on our website. That's ABC6.com. And we have certainly heard a lot about affordable housing investment here in Rhode Island, and we've heard about millions more for that purpose this morning. But when will the shovel hit the ground on construction? ABC6 News reporter Natalie Norrie worked to find out.
Governor McKee announcing this morning a $166 million in funding for affordable housing. But the question people are asking is, how soon can we see that money put to work? Officials at the event say this is the area in Rhode Island that needs the most investment right now, with the lack of housing and the price Ocean Staters pay for it. McKee is calling this a historic plan, with the $166 million heading right towards developing Rhode Island's housing stock. But Rhode Islanders are wondering, how long will it take to break ground on new units?
We have already many projects in the pipeline. We've had probably a record amount of groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings and all sorts of events. But it does take time. Once you fund a project, it can take anywhere from 6 months to 3 years, depending how large the project is to construct.
Well, there's no specific timeline on what will be built next and where. The administration says those units will provide space for those who qualify, and they won't pay more than a third of their income to afford it. For now, reporting in North Kingston, Natalie Norrie, ABC6 News.
Now we turn to the weather now as we take a live look outside with our sky cam. And what a day. What a day, Chelsea. I can hardly believe that this is November.
And it's not just a singular day. This is a stretch of sunny and warm conditions outside, and we have more to come in the coming days. Now, we started the day chilly. We were down to the 30s and low 40s, but we've rebounded very nicely. As of noontime, sitting at 62 degrees in Providence with winds that are calm and plenty of sunshine. Most of us in the low to mid 60s range, a few 50s for Newport and Block Island. Typical this time of year to be a little bit cooler for the afternoon right along the coastline, and all of us running a little bit cooler than yesterday. That being said, we are seeing full sunshine. You'll eventually see a breeze coming in from the south-southwest, which is a warmer wind direction. And that sunshine will continue for the remainder of the afternoon and into the early evening hours before the sun sets, getting us into the mid-60s today. Again, a few degrees cooler than yesterday, but still very mild and well above our average high, which is in the upper 50s for the early part of November. Overnight will be another clear and cool night. We'll be down to the 40s by tomorrow morning. But as I said, the sunshine and even warmer temperatures are going to be moving in the coming days. I'll have much more in just a few minutes. Doreen?
Chelsea, thanks. New at noon, a Rhode Islander is $50,000 richer this afternoon. The Rhode Island Lottery says someone matched 4 numbers in the Powerball in last night's $1.2 billion drawing. That's not enough to win the jackpot, but it is enough to win $50 grand. That winning ticket came from the Cumberland Farms on Reservoir Ave in Cranston. It hasn't been claimed just yet. A Rhode Island man was arrested for confronting New Hampshire's Republican U.S. Senate candidate after a debate at St. Anselm College last night. Police in Goffstown say 37-year-old Joseph Hart of Greenville, who you see here, is charged with criminal trespass and disorderly conduct for creating a disturbance after the debate. Police say he approached Republican Don Bolduc as he was greeting supporters and had to be separated from the candidate. He'll be arraigned in December. And opening to applause, the ribbon officially cut on Trader Joe's in Providence. There was a line outside to get in this morning and get a first look at the store. It does feature Providence-based artwork inside. And for the first day, the store manager promised spice cider, free bags, and lots of smiles.
Very exciting. It's a good new food option for us. Very convenient, and they got lots of good tofu options for the vegetarians on campus.
We were just thinking, like, who's gonna wake up to come to this? But turns out there's so many people, so it's awesome.
Providence City Councilor John Gunkalfs was on hand to celebrate, and he says to make sure you use 425 South Main Street on your GPS if you plan to visit. That way you can make sure you get to the parking lot. There are 110 spaces on site. And now to an ABC6 update. The trial for a Providence police officer charged with simple assault continues today. Jean Lugo was off duty when police say he punched his political opponent, Jennifer Rourke, in the face during an abortion rights rally. Lugo's attorneys claim Rourke pushed him first, starting the confrontation. Lugo has pled not guilty. Earlier in this trial, the judge dismissed a disorderly conduct charge. He's currently suspended from the Providence Police Department. And the Department of Justice announced a series of raids on Wednesday targeting a major catalytic converter theft ring. A number of suspects across several states arrested. The ill-gotten gains valued at more than $500 million. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis with the details.
This stately home in New Jersey, one of a number targeted by the FBI as part of a series of raids on Wednesday. Arrests, searches, and seizures taking place across 9 states from California to New York. In total, at least 21 people from 5 states have been arrested for their role in a nationwide catalytic converter theft ring.
We've also identified tens of thousands of catalytic converters that have been taken on as well. It's a larger problem than we initially thought.
The FBI says those indicted stole catalytic converters in multiple states. Then all of them ended up at DG Auto Parts in New Jersey. The Bureau claims the company knowingly purchased the stolen converters, extracted the precious metals inside, and sold the materials for more than $545 million.
It takes less than 30 seconds to really take these catalytic converters and make that profitability.
All non-electric cars are equipped with a catalytic converter, which helps convert pollutant gases into less harmful ones. If stolen, repairs can cost thousands of dollars.
Because of world events and supply chain issues, the price of those has skyrocketed in recent years.
Some car owners are now trying to deter thieves by using a cable locking device. Police departments even holding etching events to deter thieves. Catalytic converter theft has become a nationwide problem. The resulting damage can make a car inoperable or, at the very least, illegal to drive under EPA regulations. Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, preparing a special honor where and how West Warwick town officials are hoping to erect a permanent memorial for Matthew Dennison. And later, getting ready for Turkey Day? Well, you'll need to pack a little extra cash when you go for all the fixings. Details on how inflation is driving up those holiday costs. Now to an ABC6 News follow-up. Planning a permanent fixture. West Warwick is making progress on plans to build a memorial plaza for Matthew Dennison. The popular high school hockey captain killed in a suspected DUI crash earlier this year. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Triguelis takes a look at the project renderings and shows us how city officials hope to bring this monument to life.
In the nearly 8 months since West Warwick teen Matthew Dennison was killed in a crash by an alleged drunk driver that also seriously injured his teammate and friend Kevin McDonald, the community has rallied around the 17-year-old's family and friends. From benefit hockey games to comedy events, it's all to raise money for his family and foundation in his memory.
It's very heartwarming. It's nice that people are stepping up and rallying. The hockey community has been unbelievable. I never realized they were such a tight-knit group.
Now, a new plan in the works to construct the Matthew Dennison Plaza in the area between the town's ice hockey rink and field house. The project's plans include a monument, community remembrance area for other residents who have passed, as well as inspirational quotes and a bronze memorial statue honoring Matt.
The plan grew as the location was more streamlined and defined.
The plaza will serve as a community gathering area right where Matthew spent most of his days skating on the ice just inside. The memorial for the team being paid for by a private donor, helping to memorialize Matt forever for the entire West Warwick community to see.
Size figure, statue is impressive, very reflective, and I think this is going to be the same. It'll be a nice segment for the town.
Mark Knott telling ABC6 plans to kick off construction on the plaza are for spring 2023, with hopes to have all work done by next winter's hockey season and have the memorial ready for all to enjoy and remind every player and fan that walks by it each day to live their lives to the fullest.
Cherish the time you have and be a good person and be inspired, to show the positive characteristics. And I know that's important to the Dennison family. So hopefully that will just kind of be the community rally point.
In West Warwick, Yanni Triguelis, ABC6 News.
What a nice idea. Still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, a man accused of posing as a student and living at several dorms on the campus of Stanford University for nearly a year. How the university is responding. Plus, Chelsea has a look at your full 7-day forecast, more like September than November. We'll be right back. Back now with a story that's trending today. Officials at Stanford say a man pretended to be a student there, reportedly living in various dorms across campus for nearly a year. Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth with more.
This morning, shock and outrage over an alleged imposter at one of the country's most prestigious universities.
I thought he was a student. He said he was a student.
The Stanford Daily reporting that a man accused of posing as a student living in several different dorms on Stanford's campus for nearly a year.
He certainly was not a person who was just making do on Stanford's campus, living off of the excesses. No, he was a part of this community. He was living alongside people and very much interacting with them on a day-to-day basis.
William Curry, seen in these photos, presenting himself as a Stanford student on various social media profiles, including a dating app and Instagram.
He had a whole Instagram page that many of my friends had already followed that said he was Stanford class of 25, that he was a Koch scholar, that he transferred from Duke.
The Stanford Daily reporting he'd been squatting in at least 5 different dorms since December of 2021. The Daily speaking with him in a new interview.
So what were you doing here?
I mean, just, living the normal Stanford life, socializing, meeting people as you do in college.
Curry ultimately caught living in the basement of Crothers Hall last week and was served a stay-away order Thursday. Stanford University telling ABC News Curry was cited for violating the law and removed from campus that December. But according to the Daily, he returned several times, each time with a new story. The school apparently aware Curry was an imposter, but according to the Daily, they didn't send out a warning. The school also saying, despite attempts to cite him for trespass, they weren't able to locate him until last week.
One student told us that they never saw him repeat an outfit, which is pretty impressive for someone who doesn't live here.
Stanford telling ABC News in a statement, while Stanford has protocols and policies in place to prevent non-students from entering and living on our residences, the unique aspects of this case and Mr. Curry's persistence and ability to ingratiate himself with our student community have made it clear that gaps exist in those protocols.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Another beautiful day across southern New England with lots of sunshine, fall colors out there, and temperatures that have come up above average. Now, we started the day on the cool side of things. We did wake up in the 30s and low 40s, but we've rebounded nicely back into the above average range right now in the low to mid 60s. And with sunshine this afternoon, we'll make it into the mid to even upper 60s range. And this is, again, just the start. We have a long stretch of these really mild temperatures with us as we head through the coming days. You're looking at a little bit of a change from yesterday. Yesterday, we made it to 70 degrees in Providence. So we're running about 5 degrees cooler right now. Most of us just a few degrees cooler, but again, still above average. Now, we started the day in that upper 30s range, which is typical for this time of year, but now we're into the 60s range above our average high of 58 degrees. Our sunrise this morning was at 7:20 and our sunset at 5:38. Again, we only have a few more days with that sunset in the 5 o'clock hour on Sunday at 2 a.m. We are going to set back the clocks. Our sunset on Sunday evening is going to be at 4:33 in the afternoon, but that sunrise a little bit earlier for the early morning risers. Technically, we get an extra hour of sleep. It's also a good time of year to check the batteries and change the batteries in your smoke detectors. Now, outside, it's not going to feel like the time of year that we typically set back the clocks. Luckily, and hopefully this makes it a little bit easier. We're looking at temperatures that are going to stay way above average in the coming days, making it into the mid 70s range for Saturday, for Sunday, for Monday. 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of year, and potentially looking at breaking some records as we head through our weekend and into early next week. That's thanks to sunshine plus this breeze that'll be coming in from the south-southwest, a warm wind direction. You're going to stay mainly sunny through the rest of the day today with high pressure in control. High pressure remains in control for today, for tomorrow, for Saturday. So a few days of sunshine ahead of us. On Sunday, I've added a few more clouds. It's still going to be a really warm day. Big high pressure system in control for today. For tonight, we're clear. Temperatures do dip back down to the 40s by tomorrow morning. Little patchy fog possible. From there, full sunshine tomorrow, highs around 70. Overnight into Saturday, a few passing clouds. Saturday looks mainly sunny. High temperatures into the mid 70s range. And then again, heading into Sunday, there is this approaching cold front. A few scattered showers showing up with it Saturday evening, way off to our west. On Sunday and into Monday, we get more clouds around the area. Looks like this front comes through dry, and we're still warm on Sunday and Monday. But by Tuesday, looks like we'll be back to reality with temperatures a little bit cooler. Now, tropical depression Lisa down in the Yucatan Peninsula. That one's falling apart now that it's made landfall. Hurricane Martin, both of these were hurricanes at one point. So we are now up to our M name when we're talking about the 2022 Atlantic Basin season. And there's a couple other areas National Hurricane Center is watching. So still a lot of activity going on at this point in the Atlantic Basin. Today, things are quiet. Mid-60s expected tonight. Have some patchy fog developing by early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, a cool night again. Temperatures in the mid-40s, which is actually still above average. Our average low is in the upper 30s range, but still a bit of a cool start to the day, especially when we look at temperatures that'll be building in. Tomorrow, we get to about 70 degrees. Overnight lows for Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning in the upper 50s to low 60s, with temperatures staying in the mid-70s through our upcoming weekend. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Well, a neighborhood in Norwalk, Connecticut upset after an ancient historic home was knocked down Saturday. It was built in 1677 and was on land granted to Thomas Hyatt by the King of England. Local officials say the homeowners had a permit to do renovations, but did not have permission to demolish the whole house. Some residents on the street put up a stop work order put in place. Still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, checking in on those Thanksgiving costs, why you should plan to spend more to fill your table and satisfy your appetite this holiday. Can you believe Thanksgiving is just 3 weeks from today? Well, like everything else lately, Thanksgiving is also getting more expensive. Market research firm IRI predicts this year's meal could be about 13.5% more costly than last year. The company compared retail prices for some Thanksgiving foods like turkey and other meat, baking essentials, beverages, and side dishes. Promotions in the coming weeks could help lower the cost, but IRI doesn't expect that to sway prices too heavily. Well, Gmail is adding new tracking features that could help make your holiday shopping easier. Emails concerning your orders will automatically show your package's shipping status. But Google says it will only look up your tracking numbers if you opt in on the feature. And Netflix is entering a new era, one with commercial breaks. Thursday, the streaming service announced the basic with ad subscription plan. This tier costs $6.99 per month in the U.S. It features much of what's available on Netflix's basic plan, but has about 5 minutes worth of ads an hour. This is the first time commercials will air in the company's 25-year history. And it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. With a splash of holy water and a prayer, Timothy Cardinal Dolan blessed the camel, sheep, and donkey that'll be featured in this season's Radio City Christmas Spectacular Living Nativity. Even the Rockettes got a little blessing, with the Cardinal joking that they'll be able to kick high now. The Living Nativity has been part of the production since it started in 1933. Still to come here on the news at noon, we're going to get more on that afternoon forecast from Chelsea. Stay with us. Well, definitely a day to get outside, Chelsea.
Yeah, enjoy it. We have sunshine continuing today. Temperatures in the mid-60s range this afternoon. Tonight we dip back down into the 40s, and then tomorrow we're around 70 degrees, even warmer for the weekend. Looks like we may be breaking some records this weekend with high temperatures coming up well above where they should be for this time of year. Not just the high temperatures, the overnight lows will be really warm as well. Typically this time of year, the average low is in the 30s range. So to see these numbers on the 7-day for highs and lows, way above average. We're falling back this weekend, but like I said in my full forecast, hopefully 70s makes it a little bit easier with the sunset.
Yeah, that definitely helps when you can be wearing shorts and a t-shirt
right?
for the
Seriously.
time change.
Yeah, some cloud Sunday, otherwise pretty nice.
All right, Chelsea, thanks. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day.